For 30 years, 9-ball players from around the globe have made their way to the beautiful city of Chesapeake, Virginia, all with the dream of becoming U.S. Open 9-ball champions. The list of former champions reads like a who's who of professional pool. Who will it be this year? Brought to you by Chalk Off, the official table cleaner of professional pool. The Spider, using laser technology to improve your game. And Q-Tech Cues, serious cues for serious players. You're watching the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship on Billiard Club Network.
Welcome everyone. Jim White alongside Billy and Cardona in the commentary box. Our feature match here today, Francisco Bustamante, former world #1, up against the former WPA world champion, Alex Pagulayan.
Game number 1.
And it will be
Pagulayan
to break.
Alex Pagulayan, Francisco Bustamante. Good luck. Thank you.
There are very many anxious people watching this one. Billy, not going to be an easy one to call, but the break is going to be a big determining factor.
There's going to be a lot of determining factors in this match, Jim. Both of these players have played one another a number of times, and I think the slate's about even between the two of them. I talked with Alex Pagulayan a short while ago, and I asked him that question. I asked him, how many times have you played Francisco Bustamante? He said, we played many times. Matter of fact, he says the last 2 times we played, the score was 15-14, 15-13. We each won. We traded those matches off. He said, we're about even as far as victories, he says, but he expects to have a tough match, which we all do, and it'll be a very sharply contested match here, Jim.
Rack number 1, Pagulayan initiates things here, and nothing down, but equally important, no clear look at the 1 for Bustamante. I can even take that one step further, Billy. The last time I commentated a match they played in was last year in the World Pool League Championships in Warsaw, Poland. Hill.
There you go, and that's exactly what we expect to see here. I'd be surprised to see this match not come down to within 1 or 2 games. And keep in mind, though, Jim, the table they're playing on, the diamond table, which I alluded to earlier, is a very difficult table to play on. You have to respect this table. Very small pockets. You cannot play carelessly and win on this equipment.
Matchup on table number 3, winners bracket action, sponsored by Milliken Cloth, Buffalo Billiards. 5th place at this year's World 9-Ball Championships.
There is action
Taiwan.
all around the conference center
Ranked
here.
number 7 in Europe from Amsterdam, Holland.
You may be able to hear Scott Smith just announcing another match on one of the outside tables.
And his opponent, last year's winner at the Glass City Open, resides in Houston, Texas.
It appeared that Bustamante pushed down for a kick on the 1 because of the position of the 1. It was very difficult for him to push out to where Alex Pagulayan wouldn't have had a very, very good situation to deal with. So therefore, he pushed out behind the 2 ball, challenging Pagulayan to either accept the shot or pass it back. Obviously, Pagulayan's going to accept the shot. I do believe he has him behind the 2. Matter of fact, he wasn't even able to get him behind the 2. Jim.
Oh, huge mistake from Bustamante there.
Huge is right. You know, you really want to get out of that gate quickly in a match of this importance.
Yes, they say Alex residing now. He's probably got more addresses than most players, you know, Billy. But I mean, he's got a home in Toronto. He's also got a home in Hawaii. Got a residence in the Philippines as well, in Manila. He is a very well-traveled young man, very popular player. He packs them in wherever he goes.
Very quickly, Jim, the key ball in this rack is the 6 ball right here. In order for him to make this rack play simple, he's going to have to position the cue ball anywhere in this area here to shoot the 6 later on. That's going to be the key ball in this rack, playing position from the 5 to the 6.
And so important to get out of the gate. You know, their nerves are going to be jingling a little bit. They always are in the early racks. And settling in quickly, and especially if you can jump ahead to a comfortable lead, always puts you in good stead.
Well, he's repositioned the cue ball just about ideally for the 6 to play position for the 7. He can either follow it or draw it back. I look for him to follow it. Well, he drew it back, Jim.
Winners bracket action on table number 4. Former runner-up here at the U.S. Open 9
Still
Ball
ideally
Championships, also a
positioned,
top
no
poker
danger,
player, one
just
of the most
draw back
feared
softly
players on
for the
West
9.
Coast from Los Angeles, California. Please welcome back Mr. Tang Ho. Tang Ho, table number 4. Thank you. His opponent, sponsored by Longest Billiards, player representative for Longoni Chews.
Well, my co-commentator just getting his microphone fixed as Pagulayan slots in the 9-ball to take the first rack here and open his account 1-0 over Francisco Bustamante.
Get the chalk off with the new and improved pool table cleaner. Just spray it out over the table and wipe it clean with the handy microfiber wiper, and your pool table is cleaner than new. Get the chalk off with this professional pool table cleaner. You get free shipping when you call us toll-free 866-774-8770 or visit us online at pooltablecleaner.com. Get the chalk off today. Are you looking for the ultimate one-stop shop for pool and billiard supplies? Then you need to visit billiardclub.net today for everything and anything you need for your home entertainment center. Our huge online store features pool cues, balls, racks, cue cases, pool table lights, training aids, and every accessory you could possibly imagine. We've got the best prices and the highest quality products you'll find anywhere. Log on today to billiardclub.net or call toll-free 866-774-8770. billiardclub.net.
First game is so important in a match, you know.
Of this significance.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Pagulayan breaks off in rack 2, wing ball quickly into the corner pocket.
And I was really surprised to see that ball go straight in. He hit the break softly. He was able to get good action off the break. And look, if you notice the position of the 1 ball in the cue ball, Jim, he not only controlled the cue ball, he also controlled the 1 ball. If he continues to break like this, I think Bustamante's in a lot of trouble.
Well, guaranteed Francisco is going to be taking notes on where Pagulayan is breaking from and the speed with which he is breaking, because that was a perfect break.
Now, very quickly, Jim, this is the key ball right here, the 3 ball. That's where he wants to be on the 3. If he's able to retain that angle on the 3, then he'll just stop there for the 4 on the side. Everything else plays routinely.
Just slightly under hit. May have to just float that cue ball to play the 4 into the other side.
Notice it's center ball. You really have to go toward the center of the cue ball when you're playing on pockets the size of the pockets that are out there now. 4, maybe 4 1/4 inch pocket. You really have to be accurate with your shot, and you have to hit the cue ball accurately to get that accuracy.
Big shot right here. At a critical stage. Willed that one into the corner pocket. The Lion nicely retrieving the situation and back on the 6.
And once again, I hate to be redundant with this, but rack number 1, Bustamante failed to put the cue ball behind the 2, allowing Pagulayan at the table with a shot on the 1, and he has yet to make an appearance back at the table. Nicely struck ball with the bridge, ending up just about perfectly for the 7.
Yeah, that's not an Achilles heel for Alex. I mean, he's not very tall, but equally important, he spends a lot of time on a snooker table, Billy. So, you know, when he grabs that rake, he knows how to use it. Probably one of the best bridge players in the world.
Nice soft stroke. Perfect line for the 8. It's nothing more than stop for the 9, and game number 2 will go to Pagulayan. He's a pretty cool guy at the table. Real likable kind of a player, too.
Charismatic.
Great personality.
Just a bundle of energy and raw talent. Pagulayan 2-0 in front of Bustamante. And Francisco yet to get out of his chair after the push in rack 1. Well, let's see if he tries to duplicate that effort here in rack 3.
Now keep in mind, he was able to control both the 1 and the cue ball the last time he broke the balls, pocketing the corner ball, which is the 7 on the left side of the rack. So I look for him to hit it softly, drawing the ball back, both the cue ball and the 1 ball will then go back toward him. Hopefully for him, that is, the 7 ball will then find a way into the pocket. Let's take a look at it.
Rack number 3, 2-0 to Pagulayan.
7 ball went into the corner pocket. He cut the break that time, and he didn't get the cue ball back. But the 1 ball did find a position in front of the side pocket, but unfortunately I do believe the green 6 ball came in between the cue ball and the 1 ball. I don't know if he could even pocket the 1 from where the cue ball is.
And never easy to push from this position. He's going to have to try and kick at this from that side cushion, Billy. He's got no choice.
Yeah, but what he's going to do, he's going to challenge Bustamante for a kick on the 1, but he's not going to give him a real easy kick considering the position of the 1.
You don't think he's going to try and make this himself?
No, I think he's going to try to push for a kick here. I don't think he can get in there. I don't know if he can get in there and make it from the position he's left himself in. Looks like he can. He was able to do it. Well, obviously, if he's able to do that, no question, that's the shot.
He's just had a quick glance and confirmation that that 4 passes the 6 into the same pocket. So 1 more good shot on this long 2. And he's going to have this one on a platter as well.
In regard to the 4 passing the 6 in the upper left-hand corner, from my vantage point, I can see that a little bit better than you. He does have room. It will pass, but not by much.
Recently played tournament, the Whirlpool Masters in England. Pagulayan in the semifinals, a match against Rodney Morris. He broke and ran the first 6 racks. I wonder if he's going to duplicate that feat and dig a big hole for Bustamante here.
You have to really like the way he's playing, Jim. He's able to position the cue ball exactly where he wants it. He's hitting the center of the pocket, and he just seems real relaxed out there. He's going to really play well tonight if he continues to play at the speed he's playing now. He's playing flawlessly.
Nine into the side for a 3-0 lead.
Now, I expected him to draw the cue ball back off the 8, but he must have had a funny angle. Didn't want to take a chance of missing the 8. And since he's shooting the ball so accurately, shooting in the side, and the small side wasn't the problem.
No dangers. Smooth sailing for the Lions. 3-0 in front of Bustamante. And Alex in complete control. He's been a former runner-up in this event 3 years ago to Ralph Souquet. He dearly loved to go 1 better. One thing I've noticed about Alex when he plays in tournaments, Billy, is the deeper he goes into a tournament, the better he plays.
Yeah, he definitely feeds off of winning. There's no question about that. He's a very confident player. He's a young, strong, energetic player who seems to get better and better and better.
Well, Bustamante finally comes to the table with something that he can knock in.
And that's exactly what he needed. This is the right medicine for what he's been through right now. He needed to walk to the table with an easy shot on the 1, 2 ball in a close proximity to the 1. He must, Jim, he must run out this rack.
His confidence needs it. He needs something with which he can try and build a little momentum. He's got to keep Alex in his chair.
There's a lot of pressure on Bustamante, particularly in this rack. He knows he must get out. I mean, there's no question about it. He must, with a capital M, must get out.
And everything in the open, no reason that he shouldn't get out, apart from the fact that he just hasn't had a lot of playing time at the main table. But Francisco's been in this sort of position before.
Well, when you consider, you know, what's just transpired, this rack may not play as easily as it appears. Trailing 5-0, realizing that you're really, even this early in the match, you're hanging by a thread because 14. Your opponent doesn't show any signs of doing anything wrong. And you haven't done really much right. So you really have to get out here.
Silver Ochoa. We have a hand for Silver Ochoa, please. Table number 14. His opponent, sponsored by Josh Hughes.
A little concerned. He'd like to be able to draw back, but the angle that he's got almost looks like it's going to be taking that cue ball very near that side pocket.
Maybe he's better off just coming over here for the 5
winner of
and
the
accept the longer.
World Nine Ball Championships. The $50,000 winner take all Challenge of Champions. Former U.S. Open
This
Nine
shot
Ball
carries the
champion.
natural
The
angle
reigning
for
U.S.
position
Open
for
Straight Pool
6.
champion.
All he needs to
Mansion,
do
Germany.
now
The Kaiser,
is make sure he
Ralph
pockets
Souquet,
the 5.
table 14.
He has to hit
Thank
quickly,
you.
reposition the cue ball naturally down the other end of the table. Nicely struck ball. He's a little flat here, Jim. You know, it really isn't the angle that he wanted. He's a little flat. He's got to work with it here. He wants to come up a little bit further than that. This shot doesn't really. It's not as easy as it appeared, I was trying to say. He made it look like that. He's probably going to have to go forward here, Jim. Drawing back is really not the right shot here. Going forward, but most importantly, pocket the ball.
Oh, beautifully played. Right around the back of the 9. Francisco Bustamante is going to be securing his first rack. Important that he gets out of the starting blocks here. 5-1. Pagulayan still in command, but Francisco will have the break in rack 7. Rack 7. Wing ball down.
But he went forward with the cue ball, Jim. And going forward with the cue ball put him on a line for the 2, which is positioned at the other end of the table. He's got a very, very difficult shot to negotiate. When you consider the 2 ball at this end, the 3 ball at this end, cue ball here, very little he can do in terms of running out from this position. He's going to have to look to play some sort of a safety. I see this possibly. Cue ball down this way.
Good looking shot here.
Positioning the cue ball exactly where he wanted it to. Very resilient man, Bustamante. Has all the skills and is dangerous from any position.
Well, he's got to buy himself a better opportunity, and it'll be one thing to hit this to, certainly another to leave it safe.
Well, when you consider the position of the 2 ball, you know, not close anywhere else, makes it a little more difficult to hit. What he's probably going to do is he'll probably kick here, over here, and hit 2 in this fashion. I do believe he's going to have to hit it with some speed, because you really can't expect to hit this 2 and play some sort of a safety out of it. I think what he really needs to try to do is luck out. He has to create distance between the 2 and the cue ball after he strikes the 2. He's thinking about tying up the 3-9. I don't like that. I'd go after the kick first.
Demetrius Talatas, the winner on table number 5.
I'd go after the kick.
I think he's going to jump kick. I think he wants to jump over the edge of the 5 ball and get the other 2 cushions, Billy. It looks
quick clean, table number 1.
over the edge of the 3, sorry, and just between the 5 and the 8.
You know, I'm so used to doing commentary when you weren't allowed to use the jump cue. And I had totally forgotten that you can use the jump cue here, so that obviously is an option. And I don't know if it's a good one, but it's an option. But of course, I'm not really.
Now he's looking right at the 2. This has got to get over a whole bunch of balls.
You know, well, he was able to get over a whole bunch of balls and leave Bustamante at a great distance from the 2. And I'm sure Pagulayan is fairly happy with the results of this shot. Bustamante really's got his work cut out for him here. Not only does he have to pocket a very long, difficult shot on the 2 in a small pocket, but he has to bring the cue ball back for position for the 3, and that's certainly not going to be easy.
Great shot, though. Deserved better position on the 3 than he got, but certainly signs that Bustamante is cueing very well.
That's exactly the way I saw it too, Jim. He hit the center of the pocket. Very impressive shot. He's going to play a safety here. He's going to reposition the cue ball somewhere around the 9. Well, he banked it broadside, repositioned the cue ball and back to the 5. In the event that he missed that bank, the cue ball would have then been behind the 5, not allowing Pagulayan at the table with the shot. Very intelligent shot and nicely executed. Nice stroke here. But he's found the cue ball against the cushion. Sort of like limiting him what he can do here. The angle is semi-flat, but I think he's got enough angle to give him some relief from that bottom 2 cushions.
Dave Hodges, table number 1. Dave Hodges, table number 1.
Terrific effort this from Bustamante, though. You really got to tip your hat.
Table mechanics.
Yeah, you do. You know, as you saw him pocket the 2 and saying, you know, he's shooting the ball well, that's exactly what he did. He is shooting the ball well. He's shooting with a lot of accuracy and confidence right now.
Tour from St. Petersburg, Florida, Mr. David Grossman. Thank you. 1 lost side.
That's nice speed here, Jim. He's ended up with a real nice angle on the 8. Considering the position of the 8, this is the ideal angle to end up with because you don't have to hit this shot hard. See how nice and soft he struck that shot?
Yo, Barry.
Just cut this 9 in
Ready.
to get back to 5-2. Just like that, Bustamante on the comeback trail. He lost the first 5 racks in this match. He's won the last 2, and he's secured the break in rack number 8. Alex has to be over the moon with securing that rack. We'll see if your prediction holds true, Billy. You said that the winner of that rack would win the match.
Yeah, that was one of the key racks there, considering the battle that they had in this tour. You know, it was just a test of will and skill.
You can see the numbers there. The AccuStats favoring Pagulayan justifiably. Surprising, Bustamante really hasn't done a lot wrong.
Bustamante now steps to the table after Pagulayan comes up empty on the break. The balls are spread nicely over the table. He trails by 2 games. Another game which he must get out, Jim.
Yeah, but he's got the chance.
Yeah, I like the way the balls are positioned, particularly the 4 next to the side pocket. The 5 ball near the bottom right-hand corner, ideally positioned. After pocketing the 2, 3, and the 4, the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 should play routinely, Jim. I look for him to run out, barring any unforeseen things happening here. I look for him to certainly run out here.
All this coming to you from the QTech Q Arena, QTech Qs, one of our co-sponsors of this year's U.S. Open. Serious cues for serious players, and what a beautiful diamond billiard table that these guys are playing on. And that cloth that you're looking at, Simonis 860 tournament cloth. That's their tournament blue cloth, and drawing rave reviews from the players. It's been cleaned between matches by Chalkoff, our pool table cleaner.
Now he has to make sure that he draws back here, Jim, because of the position of the 5. He doesn't want to end up over here. He wants to end up anywhere on this line here. He wants to pocket the 5, staying on the same side of the table the 5 is, playing position for the 6 in the opposite pocket that he pockets the 5 in. It's very crucial. This is the key shot, playing position for the 5. And that's why he's paying so much attention and he's being so careful with this shot. I don't know why he did that, Jim. Maybe I wasn't seeing this shot right. Can the 6 pass the 8? It looks like the 6 can pass the 8 into the other corner pocket.
Yeah, it definitely goes. The way that Francisco has played that, no way he would have made that mistake.
But what does he do now? Does he play position for the corner or the side for the 7? You know, I'm still kind of like curious why he played position for the 6 in this pocket. Well, he certainly has solved the problem quite nicely. And once again, the player at the table obviously plays much better than me up here. That does happen on occasion.
the side pocket. Just take the
Yo,
cue
check.
ball up table.
Winner on
I'm
table
really
number
thoroughly
2,
enjoying
Chris Barkley.
this match.
It's a
We have here
quality
for
match,
Eddie Galati
very high
against Toronto,
standard.
Canada. He's out of here.
Indicating both of these players have really prepared themselves
Yo,
for this
Logan,
tournament.
table 2.
Because you don't play on diamond tables with a 4.25-inch pocket. You play like this unless you like to
Francisco pulls one back to 7-6. He'll be breaking with a chance to get back to 7-7 in the race to 11 here at the U.S. Open.
Get the chalk off with the new and improved pool table cleaner. Just spray it out over the table and wipe it clean with the handy microfiber wiper, and your pool table is cleaner than new. Get the chalk off with this professional pool table cleaner. You get free shipping when you call us toll-free 866-774-8770 or visit us online at pooltablecleaner.com. Get the chalk off today.
Now the balls have come to rest in this position. The natural way to play this shot would be to come around 3 rails to get from here to there. But we can't do that. The 9 ball is blocking that path. So here's an option that you have on this particular shot, to bank the 7 ball across the side. You do this by using a high center cue ball, 12 o'clock, shooting the 7 straight into the rail and letting the cue ball pass over the 7, giving it a light natural turn toward the pocket. All you have to do is paste the cue ball to the end rail for the 8 ball. This is a high center cue ball. Now the balls have come to rest in this position. We have to figure out a way to get from here to there. About the only 2 ways that I know of to do this. First is to draw the ball with a low left-hand cue ball, shooting the 8 straight in, trying to touch a little of the side rail and the end rail and spinning over to this area for position on the 9. This is a low left-hand cue ball about 7 o'clock.
Here we go, buckle in for the home stretch of our feature match from the Q-Tech Q Arena. 30th Annual U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. Winners bracket action. Rack 14. Bustamante looking for a ball down on the break.
One on the side. The 2 ball has some spin on it. It's probably going to come over for a shot unless the 8 gets in its way, which it didn't. He does have a nice shot on the 2. He's close enough to the 2 to hit it accurately. The 3 ball is positioned conveniently in front of the left-hand side pocket. He would like to draw back far enough to where he would pocket the 3 next, providing he pockets the 2.
He should be able to use
for the 4.
Should be able to use the 8 to do that. Really draw back off the 8 as well. It's going to take a good stroke to knock this 2 in.
Okay, he wasn't able to get it back to where he wanted it, so now he's going to have to hit an extra rail hand. He's going to have to thread the needle in between the 6 and the 7. He would like to really overcut the 3 slightly. And hitting the 3 to this side of the pocket, hitting deep over here with outside English, sending the cue ball up this way. Whoops. So he didn't cut the 3 enough to avoid contact in the 6, but in spite of that, he was able to end up in a nice line for the 4.
I don't know about you, but I start to get the feeling that Bustamante has seized the initiative in this match.
Well, after falling behind 5-0, Jim, and all of a sudden, after game number 14 is tied up at 7 games apiece, you would have to think that.
But the body language, too. The way that Francisco now is sitting in his chair compared to the way Alex is in his chair, almost a look of resignation from Pagulayan.
But you know, what's so wonderful, if you could say that, about this match is that Pagulayan hasn't done anything wrong. And Bustamante has been able to tie up this match. That speaks a lot for both of these players. This is a very weird angle he has here. See? You had to accept that type of a shot on the 8th because of the angle presented to him on the 7th. You know, I don't like this shot. This is the kind of a shot you have to have a calf roll. I don't like rolling the ball this distance. I wouldn't like to be the one shooting the shot. But of course, I don't have to shoot the shot. And evidently, I mean, obviously, he didn't mind shooting it.
To square it up. 14 racks in the books here from the QTech 2 Arena. And nothing to choose between these two champions. 7-7 in the race to 11.
Those high numbers are really, really impressive.
Rack 15. Francisco has had no chance to get in front in this match. Not since we started.
Very close to either having a shot or not having a shot. I do believe he has a shot on the 1. If he does, it's not by much.
Yeah, I'm right down the line. I can tell you he's wide open on that 1, and that camera angle confirms it.
Now, if he opts to play the 2 in the upper left-hand corner, he must get the cue ball back far enough to play the 2 in the corner, stay down that end of the table for the 3. But if he chooses to do something else with the cue ball, which I don't know if he even has that option, he must get it back. He has to get it back far enough, which he's done nicely.
Imperative for Alex. He's been overhauled in this match. Was in the comfort zone at one stage.
There's nothing more entertaining and satisfying for me as a spectator to watch a match played between 2 quality players, and one responds to the challenge and the other responds to the challenge through the entire match. And that's exactly what we've seen here, Jim.
Alex just wants to be sure how he wants to attack these colors.
This is definitely a character-building match here, and the player that has the most character in this match will end up winning it. Well, you know, that's a tough statement to make. Both of these players obviously have a lot of character. Maybe the more fortunate one will win it.
I'm not sure he's played this exactly as intended, because he's got plenty of angle. Playing the 4 into the corner pocket and playing the 4-7 combination.
Yeah,
that's fraught with danger.
Well, he's going to play the combination, and it looks like, you know what? He's ended up ideally for the 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, because after pocketing the 4, as you can plainly see, the cue ball is going to go naturally cross table playing position for the 5 in the same pocket. So therefore, this was well thought out and nicely executed.
And just to remind everybody, this is winner's side action. So both Pagulayan and Bustamante, whoever the loser may be, won't be out of this year's event.
This is definitely a test of will for both of these players out there. Neither one of them is bending, as you can see. Both of them responding to the pressure and the challenge that's been put forth. I really am enjoying this match. You can't ask for a better match than this.
I'm with you, Billy. It's been such a high standard. I mean, every single mistake, and even racks where no mistakes have materialized, they've just been seized.
And what we have here, obviously, is 2 takers.
Ever wonder how the pros make it look so easy? We practice a lot, and we know the basic concepts of shot making. Now you can too when you use the Spider. The Spider teaches you where the balls need to make contact in order to make the shot. It's easy because it uses laser-guided technology. And when you practice with the Spider, you can learn to see what the pros see. Call toll-free or go online and order yours today.
Pagulayan, rack 16 with the break.
Nothing so far. Nothing so far. Bustamante now steps to the table. He doesn't have a shot on the 1, and I don't even know if he's able to see the 1.
Well, that good break that Alex possessed early in the match seems to have deserted him here because he's come up dry his last few breaks now. Wonder if he's going to be changing the position of the cue ball. Francisco's going to be pushing out. Got no clear look at the 1. Just trying to eye up in his mind where he wants to push to. And just to let pool fans out there know, if anyone feels like heading to Las Vegas in December, the Moscone Cup will be taking place at the MGM Grand.
I totally disagree with this. You know, this demands the most accurate of hits. You know what he's left here? He's left a shot on the 1 to where you must thinly strike the 1 here, repositioning the cue ball down here or down here. The likelihood of that happening isn't very good. I don't like shooting this shot, and if you do, I don't like your chances. Look, well, obviously he went another route. I didn't think it was in the family. Which was, well, here comes the jump cue again.
Oh, he has to try and jump this because he's left the 1 right over the side pocket. Didn't intend that.
Yeah, I didn't think he could hit that much of the 1 ball either. But obviously he could, and he did.
I mean, fully intended to get that cue ball behind cover, but the last place he wanted that 1 ball was over the side. So Francisco brings Shorty out.
Now we've seen Pagulayan execute the jumps, but we haven't seen Bustamante do that yet. And we do know that the Filipino players really aren't that, accomplished that with the jump cue. You know, this is a cue that they just recently developed the skills to shoot with. And it looks like he's been playing with it ever since he was a young man.
Yeah, popped that one in perfectly and landed on the 2.
But rather of an awkward angle on the 2. He's got to work with this angle to come up with a shot on the red 3, Jim. There's nothing natural about this particular shot. It looks like that he's going to go to the bottom cushion here and then come up this way for the 3. So he has to make sure that he pockets the 2, because that's the problem with this shot, pocketing the 2. See, he didn't pocket it real cleanly, and hitting it thickly like he did, he didn't really get the distance or the movement from the cue ball he anticipated getting.
No, and he's well short of intended position, but he's given himself a bank shot into the other side pocket that he's standing nearest. And he's really got to attack from here.
And actually, that's what I was alluding to when I said he has to make sure that he pockets the 2 accurately. Had he pocketed the 2 in the center of the pocket, he would have been a good line for the 3.
Yeah, this is really a hanger, though, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is, considering how well he's been playing. So therefore, this shot really shouldn't present much of a problem for Bustamante. Drawing the cue ball, playing position for the 4, that seems to be more of a problem than actually pocketing the ball. And that wasn't a problem. So nicely, he struck the bank, repositioning the cue ball very nicely for the 4. All other balls on the table positioned very conveniently to the next one on the table, with the exception of the 6 to the 7. Now the 6 to the 7 may be a little bit of a problem in this rack, but when you consider how well he's been playing, I don't think so.
Little angle on this 5. Get back over for the green 6.
No, he has to be careful here, Jim, because considering the position of the 9 really limits to him what he could do with the 7. So therefore, he's got to come up with a good shot on the 6. And he's got a nice angle on the 6 to draw back. So he's got a lot of margin for error. With this angle, you see, he has all this margin for error. Anywhere in here will be good for the 7 with the angle that he has. He doesn't want to go too far. Now he has to deal with the 9. But nothing that he can't handle.
Jose Perica still 5-2 in front. They took a bit of a break on that side table. Former champion Jeremy Jones, 7-5. He trails Andreas Rachowski. Charlie Williams, 6-5 in front of Ernesto Dominguez. Those are tables that I can easily see the scores on.
This ball has to be struck accurately. It's got a little bit of an awkward angle here.
This 9, once again, level it off.
Well, he certainly earned that game, Jim.
Yeah, it was a great jump shot that he played. One more look at it. Over the 8, and he hit that one perfectly.
Are you looking for the ultimate one-stop shop for pool and billiard supplies? Then you need to visit billiardclub.net today for everything and anything you need for your home entertainment center. Our huge online store features pool cues, balls, racks, cue cases, pool table lights, training aids, and every accessory you could possibly imagine. We've got the best prices and the highest quality products you'll find anywhere. Log on today to billiardclub.net or call toll-free 866-774-8770. billiardclub.net.
Alex slots in the 9. The 9s are wild here in Chesapeake. And he'll have the break in rack 19. Jeremy Jones still 2 frames or 2 racks adrift. 8-6 to Rachowski. And Pagulayan readies himself for the break in rack 19 of a possible 21, and still
5 ball.
Now
Pocket. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't think that 2 got out of the way for the 1 to pass, though.
No, I don't believe the 1 passes the 2.
I wonder if he likes the billiard here.
I don't really think the billiard's available from the angle that I see on the monitor here. Obviously, it was. Good call, Jim. I mean, excellent call. The call was almost as good as the shot. Notice how thinly he had to strike the 1 to pocket that billiard. Pretty risky shot because he was betting the game and possibly the match on that shot.
Well, he's left himself a nice angle on the 3, and it just slithers by this 7 into the corner.
And you have to like his aggressiveness there, Jim. You know, He's seizing the moment here. He knows that he has an opportunity to keep Bustamante in the chair if he was able to pocket that billiard and possibly win the match without Bustamante coming back to the table. He struck the billiard very cleanly, and now he's on his way to winning this very important game in this match.
This is a key shot right here, Billy. Key shot. Made it look easy.
Okay, 11 o'clock players. We're just winging it here on table assignments.
He's going to have to get good on the 7 when you consider the position of the 8 and the 9. The 8 will not pass the 9 from the side pocket, so therefore he's going to have to get good on the 7.
That wasn't the best shot that he's ever played, though. He's got very little angle on this 6. If he can just get that cue ball off the cushion.
Okay, that's going to be pretty good because now he'll need what he'll need to do. Pocket the 7, playing the cue ball over here for position for the 8. Okay, now it looks like he's a little out of line on the 8. I don't know exactly what kind of an angle he has. He may end up having to go into the 9 here. Nope, he was able to follow it past the 9, ending up in perfect line for the 9. He will be the first player to reach the hill.
Yes, and remember that 4 that Bustamante missed? I wonder if Pagulayan remembers it. 10-9, Alex breaking for the match, and a chance to stay in the winner's bracket here, move into the last 4, the 30th annual U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship.
So therefore, really very stressful match for Bustamante, under pressure the entire match. You know, when you're under pressure for the entire match, sometimes later in the match, it starts to affect you.
Alex gets set to break off in what he hopes is the last rack played here.
Okay, he pocketed the 4 in the corner, and he looks like he's going to have a shot on the 1. The 2 ball finds a position near the left-hand side pocket. You know, that billiard on the 1-2 billiard in the last rack may have won him this match.
Well, very quickly, we want to acknowledge some of our sponsors in this year's event. QTech Cues, serious cues for serious players. And our very arena, named the QTech Q Arena here. A beautiful 860 Simonis cloth on this beautiful diamond pool table made of cocobolo. It'll look great in my living room, Billy. I don't know about yours, but we also want to thank Sardo Tight Rack, employed at all the major events. Beautiful Belgian airmouth balls that are used as well in all the high-profile tournaments around the world. Chalk off used to clean this table between matches. The pool table cleaner that has taken the billiard world by storm. And of course the BCA pool leagues. PlayBCA.com.
Okay, very well done, Jim, and thank you very much. Anyways, this is the crucial part of this entire match. Let's get to it. The 3 to the 5 will answer the story in this particular game for possibly both players here. Look, to position the cue ball ideally on the 5 to fall nicely for the 6. And it looks like, it appears at least, that Pagulayan is going to go on and win this match, barring any unforeseen things happening here.
Well, don't go away. It just starts to heat up after this one. We may be seeing the Pearl up against the machine gun. Earl Strickland versus Canadian champion Luke Salvis. You blink, you're going to miss a few shots in that one. And quite possibly, you may even see Keith McCready versus Vilmos Foldez, young Hungarian champion, former world champion.
Now keep in mind, Jim, there's some suspense left in this match. The 8 blocks a portion of the pocket here. This ball must be struck cleanly.
Former world junior champion Foldez. I'm dying to see how he plays out here. And Alex has certainly done all the hard work in this one, Billy.
Well, you know, in retrospect, as you look back through this match, Jim, you really couldn't have expected to watch a more entertaining match than what we got treated to here.
It certainly had its ups and downs. It was a roller coaster ride from the outset. High standard, terrific quality, and the former world champion Pagulayan shakes some hands with his buddy Francisco Bustamante, and he moves on. An 11-9 winner, Pagulayan still undefeated.
The U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship is a production of Billiard Club Network. For more, log on to billiardclub.net.